threw up 3 times. He held me by the shorts while I was picking up my trash can and pulled me back out and beat me some more. And I got done with that, he beat me up a little more.
I had some of that in high school when we'd go to Tech.
Yeah, well, I learned that day when you don't try, you don't fight back, and you don't give your best effort, he's really going to lay into you. You know, if you were on your back and you weren't fighting to get off your back, he's going to cover him off and pinch your nose. You know, all that aside, I lost 12 and a half pounds in 2 hours. I was taking steps in my wrestling shoes and bubbles were coming out like I had a complete soaker. You know what I mean? I'd still be wrestling if I didn't change my level to block a shot and split my eye open and had to get stitches. That's how I got out of practice that day. Well, before I went to see the trainer.
bleeding.
I did that.
What's that?
I did that.
Oh yeah. You got a bunch of
brother did that.
well, you got 4 or 5 of them in my eye.
I'm so proud of it.
But-
I got a little scar right here.
Oh, when we got done with practice and I was sitting there bleeding, changing my shoes before I went to see the trainer to get stitched up, he said, okay, listen, he said, I've wrestled just about everybody good in this country and the world, and he says, you're good, you listen. If you listen to what I'm telling you, you'll win. And 3 months later, I was ranked 3rd in the country because I listened to anything he said. Like a blind faith. You know, you're a Christian, I take it. You've never seen Jesus, right? But you believe him. Gotta have that faith. You know, if I'm going to do this and I do it right, and I give an honest effort, I'm going to be happy. Okay, and that goes when you're completely done. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm 58. And I can remember things that I skimped on and things I did wrong in my training because it was easier. I still remember it. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I went out with my girlfriend instead of getting my weight off one night or something like that. When it's all said and done, I remember that. Now you can lie to other people. Oh yeah, I was running with the coach. I was really going hard today. No, you remember that. And really your goal is, I don't care if your goal is to be a section champ, state champ, NCAA champ, world champ, whatever it is. I think the ultimate goal you guys should be taking from this sport is, I am going to make an honest effort to do everything I can to be the best I can. And being the best you can might be a section champ. Being the best I can doesn't mean state champ. That means you are achieving the best of your abilities. And all that takes is an honest effort every day. Effort. You know, have a little mini goal every day you walk into practice. I was having a really hard time finishing my single leg yesterday. Today I'm going to get better at it. We had t-shirts made to have 1% better today written on the back. You know, if I get 1% better every day I go to practice, after 100 practices, I'm 100% better.
Pay attention, stand still.
You know what I'm getting at? You know what I mean? And when you're all said and done, there's a word, and you guys know what the word content means, right? That's what you want to be. You want to be content with what you did. The last thing you want to do when this is all over is say shoulda, coulda, woulda, or if. And take care of that stuff now. And when you're done, be happy with what you did. That's success. That's the success you want. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? Success doesn't always, it doesn't represent itself in a trophy. Okay, you did something, you set a mini goal. You might have mini goals and you have big goals. Okay, but, you know, I want to start varsity. That's my mini goal. And my big, huge, set your goals high. Is I'm gonna be a regional champ. I'm gonna be a state champ. Okay, but and then set goals that you're gonna, you want to attain some of them, but some of them you want to. I'm gonna keep reaching for the, the stars. If I fall short, I'm on the moon. Right? Okay. But get back to my Nate Carr story. Is after the 2.5 hour beating, sat me down, told me that, and he said, "Here's what we're gonna work on first. I've been wrestling since I was 8. What do you think the thing he said I gotta work on first place? Stand. And I'm gonna tell you, within a week, I was 50% better on my feet just because I had my stance. You know, I know I don't like not looking now, but I was a good looking dude at one point in my life. Okay?
And humble too.
Yeah, and you could have asked me, and I would have told you how good looking I was. Yeah, I could have told you how cool I was when I was 17, you know. I thought I was, you know, the shit, you know. Obviously, I've learned since then I'm not, but my point is, I lost track there. I got sidetracked.
He's talking about
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
promoting
you know, my
yourself.
stand, I'd go out there to wrestle and I'd have this stance that I thought was cool. It wasn't effective, but it looked cool. You know, I was more worried about being cool when I shook hands with a guy than I was good. Which is, think how stupid that is. That's just really stupid, you know. So anyway, changed my stance. And I got exceptionally, right away I could see the difference. So what do you think the next day I asked the coach was? Next practice, what do you think of
shots.
what else do you got? What else, what's the next thing I need to work on?
Takedowns.
Well, yeah, anything, you know, I knew I shoot a single leg, but boy, I can learn it a lot better. I didn't hit the same single leg I hit when I was 9 years old, but, you know, I got a different single leg, I just made some adjustments, you know, I can do it this way better, you know, I made it my move, okay? So, I don't care if you've been wrestling 2 weeks or 10 years. I was talking with Coach just a little bit ago. You don't need to be learning inside trips and frickin' arm spins or whatever, you know, fancy, stupid moves. That's not how many guys, this is Florida, you guys don't have, how many guys have a basement at their house here?
Nobody.
You don't know what a basement is, do you? So you have one there probably, right? Okay, basement up north is a foundation where it's built of blocks. It's basically your cellar, you know, your basement. And you built the house on top of it. You know, most of your houses here are built on slabs, right? Okay? But up north, we have a storm. What do you do? Go to the basement, huh? Tornado warning, something like that, you go to the basement. You know, up north, if you don't have a good foundation, matter of fact, there's companies who go out and that's what they do, they repair foundations, you know? That's where you go when the shit hits the fan. Go to the basement, you hunker down, right? Well, that's, in wrestling, that's your fundamentals. That's your head up, back straight, knees bent, hips in, toe in the back. That's your basic single leg with a good solid finish from on your knees. When you bring it up high, that's your head outside attacks. That's your down block, your defense. You know, you square up, block hips, chest up. Okay? Because I can wrestle. You wrestle a good guy and shit hits the fan. You watch the NCAA tournament, you don't see too many headlocks and lateral drops, do you? The most scored takedown at the NCAA tournament last year was just a simple go-round. What do I mean by a go-round? Snap and spin, you down block their shot, go around their shot.
Redirect.
Yeah, all that, right. All that's just go behind stuff. Okay? It was the most scored situation at the NCAA tournament. And this is, you know, kind of a premier outside of senior level wrestling. It's the premier wrestling in the country. These kids are good. Those guys in college, those guys are really good. Okay? I have a pretty decent club. Our club does pretty well. We drill down block, go behind 20 minutes a day. And some of these kids have been wrestling 10 years. We do it every practice for 20 minutes. We drill a single leg for 15, 20 minutes every practice. Every practice. You know, on one day, Tuesday, I might say, okay, we're going single legs. I want to see one setup. You're working on one setup. Not just walking up, grabbing a guy and go, I guess I'll do this then. I'm gonna make it up as I go. I have a little mini goal that day. I'm gonna walk into practice and I'm gonna work on this. And when I leave here, I'm gonna be better at something. I didn't waste an hour and a half, 2 hours of just going through the motions, and I actually got better today. And that's up to you. You know, coach can't tell you, go around, okay, you need to do this today, you need to do that. You need to know. You were in a single leg 3 times yesterday, you didn't finish it once. What do you think you need to work on? Yeah, are you gonna lose 4 or 5 matches before you go, okay, I better work on that. You know, me, something doesn't work right, I'm going back the next day and I'm figuring out, you know why? Because I don't like to lose. It kind of bugs me. I'm not a big fan. Okay? I worked way too hard to lose. I put too much time into this just to go out and go, okay, I lost. Well, I didn't win because in this situation I didn't do it, and then not go back and fix it. And lose again the next time. Go, yeah, that's twice now. It's because of that. Right? Let's go out and fix that. That's kind of silly, isn't it? Okay. That was a really long introduction to what we're going to kind of work on here. Okay? And let me use you, Kevin. What's your first name? Michael. And I didn't ask you. I remember that. I'm terrible with names. I'm going to ask you like twice to get what your name is.
Just remember no disease stuff.
Okay? I'm wrestling somebody. What is my first line of defense? Anybody hear our lines of defense? Okay, you're right and you're right. I consider head and hands the same thing. If I'm wrestling somebody on my feet and they can't get past my head, are they gonna take me out? No. Highly unlikely. About the only scenario I might see is maybe a headlock. And you probably gotta be kind of silly to be getting headlocked. Okay? If I'm wrestling Michael and he can't get past my head with his head past my head, he's not taking me down with a leg attack. Probably not gonna duck me. There's not a whole lot he's gonna do. He's gotta get past my head. Okay? The other thing is, I got a pretty good idea what this guy, how he's gonna attack me just by what. What do you think I should be looking at? If this guy has a good leg attack, and I know it, I watched him wrestle last before. What do you think I should be reading? When I'm, what do you guys look at when you're wrestling your opponent when you're on your feet?
His hands.
Hips.
I was brought up saying hips, but anymore I say feet.
Mm.
Okay, get your stance. Okay? You're right-handed. Okay? So he's probably comfortable doing everything with his right hand, isn't he? That means his right hand's probably his attack hand and your single and your high crotch, isn't it? How do I know that?
So I can understand.
His lead leg.
Reading his feet, right? So 90% of the time he's going to be shooting with his right hand. That cuts down a lot, doesn't it? Okay, so how about this? I keep my lead in. I wrestle both left and right-handed. I separated my shoulder one time and had to switch everything. And to be honest with you, if you're left-handed, you're lucky. Wrestle left-handed. It's a nice advantage because most people can't, they never drill anything the other side. Okay? So I love a right leg lead. I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna move into him, keep my lead hand down. If I'm gonna work and make contact before head contact, I'm gonna use my backhand. So if I'm gonna get a little jab or a pull, it's off my backhand. This hand's my defense hand, it stays down. That's pretty simple. It stays right here, elbow to my hip, this hand's down. Because doesn't matter if I'm right leg lead or left leg lead, he's gonna shoot with that hand, I know it. He goes single leg, okay, go ahead, bam, I'm inside. Look at my hand. I'm inside his arm. He goes high crotch, okay, whoops, I didn't do a very good job. He goes high crotch, I'm inside the arm. Same lead hand, same attack hand, wasn't it? It doesn't matter what my feet are doing, I'm watching his. So we do this. I call it a thumb block. And I say thumb block because I'm using my thumb. I'm going to turn my hand just like that. And this really, block isn't probably not the best word for it, but you will a little bit. But this is like an antenna for me. I'll come in, and I'm going right here. I'm gonna thumb block his back foot. His back foot, not the front foot, and just stay right here. And now if when I move into the guy, everything comes off my back foot. Step, step. Step, step. Step, step. Step, step. Okay, and he can push in, I'm not going anywhere. Okay, and this foot's light. Okay, so he goes single leg on me. Okay, right here. Right here. He goes single leg. Bam. Look at my hand. Okay? My hips are going down, legs going back, but he's not getting past my head and hands. He's not getting past my head and hands. Okay? So I'm here. I'm gonna try to match his body level. So he goes down, I go down. When I say that, I don't do this. I lower everything. Everything goes down. So he goes single leg again. Okay, whoops. Good. I'm down. Inside, forearm to his collarbone. We're gonna go to his chin here, actually. Okay? So, we'll do a little drill here. He's gonna hit 2 single legs, and he's gonna hit 2 high crosses. And then it'll be my turn. And I'll do 2. And we'll keep doing it until it starts looking decent. And he's gonna go single leg, I'm gonna go inside. He shoots, I'm going inside. Okay? My head's staying on, I'm gonna take the leg back. So he goes inside, take the leg back. He goes inside, take the leg back. He goes high crotch, inside, okay? Inside. My head stays right on. My head stays right on his head. You can sit up, right? Okay? My head stays right on. Doesn't get past my head and hands. His head doesn't get past my head, he's not getting to my legs. That makes life a lot more comfortable. I'm not sitting there sweating and hoping you're gonna shoot it. Right? Go ahead, shoot. Come on, let's get it going. I'm gonna put you on the knees and floor. Go.